My name is Faisal.
And I'm a Cambridge curriculum head in Thrills Boarding School. Today I'm going to talk about Cambridge. What is a Cambridge? This is a myth about what Cambridge. People think Cambridge is very hard. So before we need to make conclusion, we need to know what is Cambridge and how it is easy. As we are thinking others, it is very difficult. So Cambridge is nothing, it's normal curriculum, international curriculum, but it has all the time upgraded. They are research, they are trying to upgrade new subjects and always do work on research. It is a part of Cambridge University, and it is widely accepted around the world. And why do we need to study about Cambridge? It is also very important. We will discuss about first Cambridge. So here let's talk about here. Number one, Cambridge Assessment International Examination. This is called Cambridge, CAIE. So this is about university. We prepare students, school students for life, helping them develop and inform curiosity and lasting passion for learning. So what does it mean? It means simple, like students who have passed out, they become a constant learner. It means passion. They want to learn more, curiosity to know more things. That comes and develops when we go through this program or these studies. So I will take you a general. Nearly a million students, over 10,000 Cambridge schools in 160 countries. Just think about that. 160 countries are accepting, and they have these Cambridge schools. So it is widely accepted curriculum. It is being like, if you are in the United States, if you are in Canada, in Singapore, or in UK, or in Mongolia, we're in Thrills boarding school, standards are the same. The thing means they are connecting you with international. So you are now no more only specifically Thrills boarding student, or you're not basically a Mongolian student, you're international student. So because you have elaborate, your knowledge skills are at par as international schools around the world. We have 150 years history of providing international exams. So this is the history of Cambridge University, and to be recognized and one of the top universities in the world, and due to this part of Cambridge, they have research program and they provide exams which is recognized and by around the world by top universities. And I said about we are part of University of Cambridge. Now we will go only first few. Let's talk about Cambridge Lower Secondary. Basically, Cambridge start from primary level. If you see there, Cambridge Primary, it start from year 5 to year 11. And in year 5, because we are a boarding school, so we will work on lower secondary, Cambridge Upper Secondary, and Cambridge Advanced level. So Cambridge Lower Secondary, if we see, the age start from 11 to 14. That means when you're grade 6 till grade 8. So there are basic 4 or 5 important subjects are there. Number one is English as the first medium of language, which is either first or second. What is the difference? First language is for those countries where their native language is English, like UK, Canada, United States, South Africa, some of the provinces of South Africa, even in Australia, New Zealand. They are native speaking country, and they usually use first language. But it is not necessary. You can use the first language also if you study. And second language, as those non-native English speakers like Mongolia, India, even we say Singapore, even though Singaporeans they speak English very well, but they put in the second language because they consider more from the first language. So these are first subject, very important for Cambridge. And the curriculum design and develop in the way that either you are from first language or second language, your standards are very high. So you should not go down, you understand. Second, mathematics, which is a core, and it is all the time graded. Science is one of the important subjects, and ICT, called Information of Computer Technology. Now, because of the sex of computer, we know computers are a part of life. So Cambridge Alliance is one of the most important prospects, because future is computer. See, I'm presenting you through online, and even like my presentation through the form of PowerPoint, or even now internet, we have called all many things which you see. We need to know what is information technology. And last is Cambridge Global Perspective, the new course, new subject, which is very important to know the perspectives of global point of view. That means your thinking is not uh, enclosed in your local area or local thing. It is beyond the boundaries. Means you are not thinking like a local, you're thinking as international global student. That's why Cambridge realized this is one of the most important, where you need to research few topics, you need to discuss, we need to make videos, all that. It's a part of Cambridge lower secondary. So let's go for Cambridge upper secondary. It starts from age 14 to 16 years of age, and you see it's from grade 9 to grade 10, and that is called lower secondary, upper secondary, which is we have wide subjects of we say Cambridge IGCSE, International General Certificate of Second Examination, which has 70 plus subjects, and Cambridge O level. O means ordinary level. Some countries they go for O level, they have these skills, and some of Cambridge ICE exam certificates, which is also international certificate of Cambridge examination. So these are we can go on that, but it depends on countries, depends on locations, zones, and plus depends on even schools what they're going to offer. 70 plus subject does not mean like if you are in Mongolia you need to learn Indonesian, or the language of Pakistan, Urdu or Arabic. It is only specifically because it is designed around the world, so we need to go what is more required in your school or in your country. So school decide which subjects, and then you can choose those subjects. And Cambridge Advanced 16 to 19, which is start from age like grade 11, 12, and sometime university level, and it's a Cambridge International AS and A level 55 plus subject. AS stands for Advanced Subsidiary, A stands for Advanced level. AS stands for grade 11, A stands for 12, which is a standard, but it is depends on countries also. And like in Bulgaria and in Czechoslovakia, A level is very important, and they sometimes do in 2 years. So depends on country, depends on school. Cambridge Pre-EU 20 plus means U means university, pre-university courses there, 20 plus course subjects are there, and Cambridge AICE diploma, which are part of that. So if we see here, the most secondary, it is all about learn, discover, achieve. This is a part of Cambridge. Now here is we discussed already, it's primary. I'm not going to discuss about primary, but if you want I can go on that. After learning primary, we have to learn natural progression from Cambridge, which is if you are coming from Cambridge school, you know all those skills. But if you are not from Cambridge school, doesn't matter. Never ever think about if you're not from Cambridge background, like you didn't study in Cambridge in primary, doesn't matter, you can't be fit with Cambridge in secondary or lower secondary or higher secondary, doesn't matter. Matter depends on how much you want to know and what is the curriculum provided by your school. So build school skills, knowledge, language, which I've mentioned, mathematics, science, and compatible with other curricula. What does it mean? It means other curricula means like Mongolian language, like we are in Mongolia, so Mongolian language. Then some are like history, social studies, and geography, and environmental science. Many subjects are there, you can add it there. So it is a program which not only doing your core 5 top subjects, plus you can add more, depends on country. So Cambridge lower secondary, they have assessment. Assessment means exams. So there are 2 testing options available to help monitor students' progress. So progress means how you are you capable, are you doing it? First one is Cambridge lower secondary progression test, which is a test taken by sometime called external or some internal. And second is Cambridge lower secondary checkpoint. Checkpoint is always external, means Cambridge gives papers, set papers, and through that you can go on that. Assessment, identify and address strengths and weaknesses. Never ever think about, some students they think, oh, I got low marks, low grade. Doesn't matter. They are only testing your strength and weakness. They're not testing you how good you are, how bad you are. Yes, you should know what's your weaknesses, and later you can overcome with that weaknesses. So always, I encourage you to always go for exam and find out your weaknesses and overcome with the weaknesses. Never think that, oh, I have got weaknesses, I'm down. Okay, provide international benchmark because it is widely accepted. It has international curriculum, international standards, so you will have international certificates which is helping you even if you're planning to move from here to Canada or Australia, so you have equivalent with them. Detailed reports of student performance which is given when you are going to give exam. Next is excellent preparation for Cambridge upper secondary. It is because of 14 to 16 when you're going to finish your lower secondary, it is helping you to go for your high level, okay, and provides foundation for progression to other education system, which means you can even co-op up with other curriculum, example Mongolian or any other curriculum. So support helping, that is a part of this Cambridge. So if you have done lower secondary in Cambridge, it will help you a lot for doing your upper secondary, which is grade 9. So you can choose your subjects which of your choices, plus you already have a strong background of all those mathematics, English, science, and those going to help you for your preparation for your grade 9, 10, which is higher secondary. So upper secondary, I have already mentioned to you. Here is upper secondary is called Cambridge IGCSE International Curriculum. I have mentioned already that this is also called O level. O means ordinary level. Some countries prefer O level, some countries prefer IGCSE. In UK, they call GCSE or EdXL. So all are quite similar, but they have kind of little different because of like UK, they go for local case studies of UK, like there are local industries. So they are more in there, but international is the case study is international, so you are having exposure to go for international. So IGCSE is more acceptable and more preferable around the world. So world's most popular international qualification 14 to 16 age. So think about that, over 800,000 entries every year from 145 countries. So 800,000 entries. Entries means students appear for exam. They want to apply for the exam in 145 countries. So say more than like 75% of the countries they accept it and they go on that. Flexible. Students can choose from 70 subjects in a combination. Tried, tested, and trusted means they are constantly research on finding subjects, and they do research. Each department in Cambridge is allocated to go for upgradation means they try, they test, and after that they release the curriculum and subject in the market or to you. And then assessment, we have carry on assessments end of course, written, oral exam. Some depends on what subject we are offering. Some written, oral, coursework, and practical assessment options give students opportunity to demonstrate learning. So like example, if English language skills, English requires 4 language skills. So you need to go for oral, you need to go for written, so that is important. Whereas coursework, like you are doing art and design, so art and design requires a lot of coursework. It means you have to do like your own, you have to make portfolio, and based on portfolio sometime you have to make recording. If you're going for global perspective for 10th, you have to make a recording of your like interviews or do your own research and make a presentation, plus you have to make a report or research report or project report. That is coursework. And practical assessment, which is based on your some subjects, example science subjects specifically, physics, chemistry, biology, not only writing, plus you have to have some practical assessment, like a practical for chemistry showing chemicals, practical of biology showing how to dissect, showing all those things. And then you have options for students for different abilities, so it is not only for everyone, each different ability they have to option. Grades are given by A star to G. A star is the highest. This is the highest. So every student is trying to achieve A star in their own subjects. So you get more, you have more benefit for your future. So Recognition, as I said about excellent preparation for Cambridge Advanced, it is helping you to support for your AS level and A level, and even your IGCSE passed out from the Cambridge, it is helping you to go for any part of the world with grade 10 level. Now, Cambridge IGC provides me, like this is one of the wording of Jaslina Sutanto from IG student from Anglo Singapore International School in Thailand. She says Cambridge IGC provided me with the challenges I needed to prepare myself for next stage in my life. What next stage in life? Maybe she's thinking to start her career, to be to become a doctor, anything. It is helping them to make the base, the background of to be a stronger version. I have also many examples I can say. I will tell you later on. I'll share you. Let's talk about Cambridge International AS and A-level international curriculum. This is after you're doing your upper secondary IGCSE. So it is more advanced than IGCSE because IGCSE requires basic concepts like you are maybe choosing first time some of the subject which you have never studied, or in your grade 8 like business studies. Sometimes you don't know what is business studies, but it is introduced in grade 9, or economics, or many other subject, environmental management. Maybe you have to go on history, but basically made history or geography, any subject, or computer science. So in AS level, it is more in advanced level. So you have to go more in detail. So students develop deep subject knowledge, conceptual understanding, and higher order thinking skills, which is required a lot of like studies and deep studies. So many students who have IGCSE, it is giving good base. But again, like I said about when you're taking admission in grade 9, does not require to be there, but it is helping you to be better. But if you come from Mongolian curriculum, Mongolian courses, doesn't matter. It is all about your practice, language skills are required, and then subject knowledge. Half of the subject knowledge it comes from even in local curriculum. Like you are studying geography, you are studying mathematics in your Mongolian. It is same, but thing is the concept of assessment will be little different, which comes by practice, and your teacher will teach you and help you. So AS is higher than that, and that will help you also go for more advanced because it is a university preparation. So they learn the skills needed for life and achieve to a school, university, and work. So it's not only going to help you in your school level, but university programs which you planning to go or pursue a career, or sometimes it is helping to in your work also. Flexibility of study, student can choose 55 subjects of their choices, and again I mentioned, do not get confused, it is given by school, depends on what teachers, what is important for that country. I've mentioned, I said about I'm giving you one more example, one more time. Islamiyat, Islamic studies, advanced level of Arabic. It is not for Mongolia. It is for Middle East country. They are learning Arabic. You can do, but if you want, you can go on online. Not a problem. But it's more in detail. Or Islamic studies doesn't matter for Mongolians. So this is all for our Hinduism studies. It is for India. So these are different subjects, so don't get confused. If we have 55 subjects means we can have choices. Depends on school, depends on country. Schools are trying to offer the best. And over 500,000 entries a year from 134 countries. So as we are going advanced, more people are detailed, and they see about 500,000 students apply every year for these courses. Now, assessment exam, as we say, exams are very important. Exams are taken in the end of course. Students develop a deeper understanding of subjects. IGCSE is basics, but in AS, NA, higher. So it's not like a easy task. Let me tell you clearly, it is not that easy like you have done IGCSE. It means it will be similar. Some students, they have a problem. They face a lot of problem when they come to AS level. They think it's same, but standards are much tougher. Requirements to get A is much higher, much tougher, like writing skills, a lot of requirements. I can give example of business or economics. Here is an IGCSE, you have limited writing skills like 100 words or 50 words you can write in your answer, but when you go for AS level, you have to write 400 words essay. So more in detail, more concept based on subjects. So more analysis, more evaluation skills are required in your AS and A level. Choices of 3 assessments options. Each subject receives separate grade. So you can have at least minimum 3, and here our grades are same, A star to E, and A is the highest. Exams in November and June with flexible of timing, because we have exams. Our school is also planning to conduct exam in October and November, because the problems in coronavirus here, so we can't go on that, so we have to go on November if things are very positive in our school and in our country. These are recognition of the around the world. See all of the countries. If you see in universities, institutions, around 1400 institutions around the 195 countries in top ranking universities are accepting. Even University of Toronto, and you say about American University in Cairo, and UK universities, almost all are accepting this kind of world recognized international curriculum. Now, what are admission officers? This is not for you, and we have to talk about admissions. It is very simple. Most of them are agreed with, they are happy, satisfied, because of the subjects, contents, and skills, standards, everything is very positive. Acceptance by universities are very positive. And I can give you here my personal experience. As you know, I'm having in this education line, especially in Cambridge line, from last 14 or 15 years. And when I was teaching like AS level, A level, and students now, my even like Mongolia, my students from here, they are in UK, they're in Canada, US, and when they give me a feedback that they are very happy, because in their first year it will be very easy for them, because half of the contents which they have studied in ASA level help them to get higher courses, and they understand what is in lecture, and they can make good future in the school. So this is my feedback, as I said. So it is all, when you go through all and you find it is very easy, don't get like panic, don't think it's only tough part. Here, as I said about rates, which is also very important. Student can communicate effectively. Like here, carry out research and apply knowledge to real life. So it is not helping you to only study book-based studies. It is helping you also to go on communicate effectively. You can answer, you can even argue, you can discuss, and then you can also work on research. I said about some of the courses require a lot of research, so you need to go on research, and based on research you have to make your own reports, project reports, and you can even go record live recording. And it is based on not only books, it is based on out of the book context, means you have to go personally interviews also. So it is making you a very good smart person. So these are the Cambridge students' critical thinking. They are good in critical, they are good in research, they're good in knowledge, subject, analytical skills. All are part of their university's requirements. So this is again saying of Xiao Zhang, is a former Cambridge student in China studying Cambridge A levels, gave me invaluable preparation for my study at University of Cambridge. He went to Cambridge, he found out what I said, much easier for them to be accepted, and plus they already know what is a requirement for university. They already know what the courses and the topics are there, and it's easy for them to be part of that. So Cambridge International Teaching and Learning helps them to become confident. As a student, you have to become more confident. Then you can become confident, responsible. As a word responsible, when we learn about global perspective, we learn about what is around the world is happening. You are become more responsible towards your life, society, towards yourself, and to the world, to the country, and you care others. Reflective, what you get knowledge, you show in form of even answering, in form of your skills, and you can see give you more confidence. Innovative, you try to find something new to make something new. That's innovation. And engage constant learner, which you can make it and do it when you have an interest in subject, interest in topics, you involve more and try to get more things. So this is not for you, but let me tell you, this is your exams will be somewhere in end of October. This is we have discussed in our school when we had subjects what we offering, and we discussed, and I think you have done already part of that. And these are, if you take about ICE means you need to have at least 7 subjects must follow, 2 subjects from language. If you want to go for ICE in International Certificate of Education, which is the highest form of IGCSE additional reward, it's very difficult but tough, but I'm not saying can't do. Normal business IGCSE required 5 papers, but here you need to have at least 7 papers to pass, then you get ICE reward. And IC is you need to have 2 languages. First is English language, second is your own like Mandarin, or you can choose even like you can choose Japanese and Korean and Russian, or any other language, one more language. And you have to have each 4 groups which we showed, the group 1, group 2, group 3 group, you have to have 1 subject. So that means 2 plus this 4 plus 1, 7 is minimum required to do that. And we discussed, this is part of our school which we displayed and showed to you, and we are following that. Now I'm going to show a little bit more little detail about exams. Like we have art and design, which is code of 0400, and it has coursework. I told you coursework and one more exam. So coursework requires, like, each contains component coursework and external set assignments, assessment and assignment both requires 50-50. So this is a detail, 130 hours you have to go on, 100 marks are there, and second 8-hour test. It for art and design, maybe painting, something which you have to go in detail, and it will be given by your subject teachers, and then you have a total and 50-50, then they will grade you. Second is I have mentioned you have to go through biology, which is code for 60610. They have 3 exam papers, 2 theory and 1 practical. Okay, and it is your teacher to decide whether you go for core and or extended form. It is depends on your skills also. If you have a good language skills, good knowledge, then teacher will decide whether you go for paper 1, paper 3 and practical 1, or even it is extended form, paper 1, paper 4 and one of paper 5, 6. So let's go for that. These are 4 papers and 2 papers you have to do, and it is depends on your teacher. If you, I just mentioned here, paper 1 and paper 3 for core. So those students who are feeling they are not strong in the language skills and not strong in biology, teacher maybe decide, it depends on teacher and student, paper 1, paper 3. And you have to have 1 paper from practical form, or if extended, paper 2 and paper 4, and 1 from one of that. So it is all how your teacher checks you, finds you, then allows you to appear for that, because teachers knows you better, your skills, and always wish to you be to get A star. Some student they ask, oh, I will go for extended form, and they face huge difficulties in while they give exams. So my advice is, do not neglect your teachers words. Always listen your teachers. They are your supporter, they are your guide. They are not here for finding faults in you. So please do not think if they are saying to you don't take that or do take that one. Next one is chemistry. The code is 60620, and you have again paper 1, paper 3, which is multiple choice question, paper 1, paper 3 is paper theory, written form, and 30% percentage of all, 50% in paper 3. And then you have paper 5, which is practical, or paper 6. So you have 1 choice, and this is for core, means those who are again your teachers deciding you, or you need to decide which is more preferable for you. And if you think you are very confident you can do, or you love chemistry, you want to make career in chemistry, go for extended form. Okay, second paper, 4 paper as in biology, and 1 practical from your 5 or 6. Next is computer science. You have two papers. The code is 40478. You have two papers and all must be required. Paper 1 theory and 60% is there of percentage value and marks are there as short answer and structured questions. And paper 2 is problem solving and programming, which is 50% of the marks, value is 40%. So these total 60 plus 40, 100, then they will decide. This is for computer science, code is 0478. Then business studies, we have two papers, paper 1, paper 2. Paper 1 requires short answer and data response and it gives value of 50%. Paper 2 requires case study, where the case studies like comprehension skills are there, and that based on that the knowledge and skills and the analysis you have to answer all, and this is 50%. Then English also require, there are a lot of things, paper 1, paper 3 and component 5. So paper 1, if you see here, is about reading and writing. Paper 3 is about here listening, which we always doing nowadays in practical form, and 1730, this is 100. Then paper, it is for extension and those who are feeling that they are good, mastered, same way. And now we go for mathematics 0580 code. There are core papers, which is paper 1 and paper 3. Paper 1 is short answer questions 35% and structured questions 65%, and that is the way we can, or extended form paper 2 or 4, same thing for. Now we talk about physics. Physics have a same like biology, chemistry, all that. Biology, chemistry, physics all have same pattern, so we can go on that. Russian language, which is also we are doing it, it's like a language. So we have paper 1 requires 2 questions and it has same thing, theoretical and summary. Paper 2 is about composition writing, where you need to write like essays, and just value of 50%. So both are Russian in that. Now here is for grades 6 to 8 checkpoints. So checkpoint are testing your skills, and it is given in the form of end of year. Maybe this year we will go on October, November. It is given, could be English and second language, mathematics, science and global perspective. I'm repeating again, it is not testing you how bad, how good you, it is testing your goods and weaknesses, and if you're good you can improve more. If you're weak, you have to learn your mistakes and go for that. It is only that. It is not giving you your very low, very good. So tests are either provided by, example is international standards, and either like two forms. Here is first form. Here is you can give exam, papers will come externally and you can go on that. Now latest we can go on that online exam. So you can go online, means there's no paper, you can like time is given and you can go on that. And that is all of all our Cambridge. I hope you understand, things are clear for you. If you have any question, feel free to ask me, and I'm here for you to support you all the time. So clarify your more detail about your subject, about what is requirement, what is papers, and my advice is to go for papers from now. Check the standards, check the paper and find out how easy it is, and through that you can do the best. Thank you very much, and if you have any questions, we will have first 15 minutes about your question answer section, and then we can do for next lesson. Thank you very much.